Nothing bad. You ready?
Yeah,
Russ?
whenever you're ready.
Yo. Welcome back to another episode of the Casual Experts Podcast. And today is a crazy ass day. And you want to know what? It never rang a bell to me that TCity stands for Torrance.
Doesn't.
It doesn't?
No.
What does it stand for?
Everyone says that. It's Triangle City. Triangle City is a jiu-jitsu move that I was known for to catch
the
people.
triangle.
And then later on, as I ventured off, I wanted to take it out because I didn't do that move anymore. And then once I started studying more fighting, fighting is all about angles,
Facts.
about left, right, this, that. One of the strongest structure is a triangle.
Boom.
So just
TCity.
I kept it. Yeah.
You already gave this explanation on other podcasts?
No, we just kind of like hit that phase on this Bay Area trip that I had.
Fire.
Yeah.
Sick ass fool.
We got into like the whole philosophy of fighting and just.
What, the 5-hour interview that you did?
No. I went to the Bay Area last week. Literally, I just came back.
Oh, yeah. You told me you had a sick busy schedule after the Vargas fight.
Yeah. I was in the Bay Area training.
You're like, I got to do something this day, this day.
Bro. Yeah.
I was like, I got Monday open.
I came back for one day, and then I was in San Diego all weekend, and I just got back last night, and then now I'm here.
You had an interview recently, and I didn't watch it. I looked at how long it was, and I was like, I'm definitely not watching it, respectfully. And one of the most viral clips from it is you saying that you were a Southsider.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Like I said, we're joking around and talking, and I was doing with
shout out Dope as Yola, fire ass podcast.
Yeah, so he's cool, and then he was, he was just kind of telling me where he was coming up from and stuff like that, and then he started.
He banged on you.
No,
I'm just kidding.
He's bro, like he's dope. He's a cool guy. But yeah, he went in there and he basically was just saying like, hey, you remind me of the people I grew up with, whatever. And after I found out kind of what it was, without getting into too much, it was just like, hey, brother, like this is just what I am, like just and then he caught on to it. He was like, all right, cool, and then that was it.
I respect
but it went, like you said, it went viral a little bit for whatever reason.
Just to reinforce that, I'm sponsored by Honey Packs. Are you familiar with what Honey Packs are?
No.
Really?
No. Not familiar.
Well, as a professional athlete, I know you don't fuck with PEDs, but this is a PED for the bed. Performing enhancement drugs.
Oh, okay.
It's a honey pack.
Oh, is that for?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's the blue kind. The blue magic kind.
Okay.
So shout out to my boys over at Royalty Honey. Make sure you guys follow.
Magic Honey. Bro, I just had caviar for the first time in my life.
How many days ago?
It was a bit now, like over 2-3 weeks.
Oh, it's fish eggs.
Bro, but it was the same thing.
You weren't expecting it?
No.
Did they warn you?
Yes, but I thought it was like oysters. And I had a bunch of oysters, and I was like, I don't feel that at all. But when I had this,
kicked in.
Yeah, bro, it was.
You thought you guys were gonna have another one.
I was trying to. I was aiming for the girls. Yeah.
Because you got boys.
I got 2 boys.
I do recall seeing your family at the fight.
At the fight, yeah. Those are my 2 little boys.
That's right. Shouts to those little guys. I got more gear for you. You're Deshaka?
Yeah.
Of course you're Deshaka. That's one of my other sponsors. I got 2 t-shirts from you. The Regalia. Again, we're set tripping.
Hey.
That's why I said that first.
Hey.
Cornea.
Let's go.
But then black is cool. But here are these for you, my friend.
Thank you.
Are you still competing?
Hey.
You can just put them anywhere. Don't trip.
Yeah.
You're still competing?
Yeah.
Is marijuana frowned upon?
I wonder why people think I retired.
Well, it's because you've been off for how many months?
The last fight was when?
September.
I guess it's not that long.
Oh.
It seems like a long time ago. It's a year, fool, almost. Nah, it's not a year. It's like 6 months.
In the beginning, you're very active. And also, it's like, you got to pick and choose your fights now.
How often are you laying off? Usually, what's your normal layoff?
I'm trying to fight twice a year. Last year was 2 fights a year. I tried to make it 3, and that's the goal. But because I was injured and a bunch of just, this game is unforgiving.
For sure.
So I don't think people realize the amount of time to just heal up, right? Because if you're hurt is one thing, you can train through hurt. That just hurts. But injury is just
an injury is an injury.
I can't. There's just I can and I can't, and I've been in the I can't situation for a little bit, but now I'm popping off on the other side.
That's tight.
Yeah. So we're aiming already to
get it back.
Yeah, we're having our aims already.
Anyone you want to mention?
No, but just summer. I can't, right?
No, yeah, I feel that.
There's conversations that we're talking about and everything, but if everything goes smooth as planned, summer and winter will be
fire.
Will be how we end
summer. It already feels like summer. I'm about to turn on the fan right now. It's crazy.
Bro, the weather's weird, baby.
For therapeutic purposes, do you ever participate in the consumption of marijuana?
Yeah. At night, perfect. I had edibles to calm this down a little bit. My mind is it works overtime.
I completely feel it. I'm also sponsored by cookies on my other platforms, but since you're here, I figure I'd break you off. Here's a little thing of cookies right there. It's called Cereal a la Mode. And then here's this big ass bag with some more gear in there for you, my friend.
Let's go.
There's not more bud in there though.
He's not wait.
You don't gotta pop it over. You're good. You can just put all that back in there for when you leave. Sick. Brian made it all the way over here,
bro. 2-hour drive.
Tell me about the first time you ever smoked before we get anywhere crazy.
First time I smoked. We were just talking about this the other day. We were at my mom's house. It was 13 years old. First time I smoked.
Average, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, at least for us, people like us.
Yeah, my parents went to Mexico and.
You blazed it in Mexico or you blazed it when they left?
My parents left to Mexico.
Oh, you party.
But they left us. And I guess my sister went out to a club and back in the day, you just after party at my place.
Facts.
She said that out loud. And then just, there was no text, it was just a bunch of cars following. So I did my thing during the day, like, on the vago, whatever. But nighttime came, I'm chilling, I'm watching TV, and all of a sudden, like, 60, 50 people show up to the house, and it was a party. And I was like, oh, shit. And I thought it was cool because, like, everyone from the neighborhood came, all the other cholitos and everything. Mm-hmm. And after that, I felt tough and shit. I was outside, like, being security. And there's an individual group that came by. We said no to them because we didn't know who they were. I was just like,
of course.
Yeah. But they showed us a big old bag of weed and everything.
Like, don't trip, it's all love.
I said, just come on in. And then that's the first time I smoked. I don't even think I smoked right, or maybe I did, but I was all stupid. I was just like, it was a dope experience, bro. Not gonna lie. It was the house was packed from head to toe. We told our parents we locked your room out of respect. At least that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But there was weed going on through the whole house.
Of course.
Like,
it was full force.
It was dope, bro. Yeah, it was like we're 13 years old and have like that be like the first house party. Like, shout out to my sister for that.
Where did you grow up and what was it like growing up there, my brother?
I grew up in the first little bit of party was in the projects in Pedro. And
yeah. Yep.
And then after that we moved to Torrance, right by Eastside Torrance.
Gotcha.
And so we're right there by Normandale Park.
The party happened at the projects or it happened at your pad in Torrance?
No, it happened at the pad in Torrance.
I was like, damn, if you guys are in the projects partying like that,
we had it was a house finally.
That's cool.
And it was cool. And growing up, I mean, I don't know, just
how'd you avoid getting in trouble, or did you?
I had my fair share. Yeah. So,
like what? What's the worst childhood memory you have?
No, I mean,
but like, what was some crazy shit that you experienced?
Things that play with your mind sometimes, and good things. Sometimes
absolutely.
Some good fights, some good memories. I said you don't know what you're doing till me it was till you grow up a little bit.
Facts.
And then you kind of see later, like, oh, that was crazy. Like,
well, yeah, not let normal is your normal. Yeah, like learn about other.
I won't let my kids go nowhere near or do like not even a bit. And that was just, that was it.
I feel it.
Now that I'm a dad and everything, I'm like, bro, like, okay. Like, it makes sense.
How old were you when you started pursuing, or what was your introduction into the fight game?
What?
Because obviously
in
your
which sport?
Well, so it will be jiu-jitsu, right? Did you?
What was your first?
Started
My
jiu-jitsu, or you first started a different.
Yeah, the first thing I ever started was 5 years old. I was kickboxing in Wilmington.
Fire.
Yeah.
So you already knew how to fight when you were fighting growing up.
I knew how to throw hands. I knew how to fight as in terms of like the spirit, where it's like my limbs against your limbs, and then that's it. Like whoever falls, or if I can time it right. It wasn't the first score I had wasn't like a technical.
It wasn't
sport per se.
competitive. They're just.
It was just rock'em sock'em robots. We go in there, we stretch, we hit the mitts, we hit the bag. You put headgear on at 5 years old, and like yo, punch each other. And that was just how it was. I did that from 5 to 13, and then I quit, and then I tried baseball, and I cannot do team sports when you have to depend on someone else.
Oh yeah, it's not.
It's
the
just
same.
the accountability game, right? It's like I'm doing my part, you're not doing yours, and then when you're a kid, no one's taking it serious, and I'm very competitive.
No, yeah. So you're taking it dead serious.
Yeah, I'm running extra miles outside. I'm practicing outside. I'm going to the park and have someone hit the ball so I can play catch. It's just I was actually practicing outside, and then when I go in there and saw that everyone just wasn't.
Yeah, everyone's bullshitting.
Maybe like 2-3 players were like it. And even I wasn't one of those. I was good outside, but I couldn't bat for shit. I could not bat for shit. And it would like it me because I was like, damn, like I want to be like all around. Yeah. And I just couldn't get it. But yeah, I quit that, and then I did jiu-jitsu at like 13, and then I fought in the cage fight at 15.
What's the normal age you start fighting in the cage? Do you know?
Well, they have
it changes.
Right?
Oh, they got the Damn.
Amateur and anyway,
everything changes.
When you're like 15, 16, you're able to wear headgear now and have fights, right?
When I was 17, amateur fighting got introduced as a legit sport. Till then, it was all illegal. It was just underground fights. I'm the owner of a gym, would have that gym, and he would bring beer, this, that,
boom,
and
boom.
through word through mouth or whatever. People would come and they would go backstage and just set things up to the best of their abilities.
Where'd you train when you started jiu-jitsu in Torrance?
With Henry Gracie in Torrance, California. Yeah.
Fire.
With Hito and Henry Gracie. Yeah, the brothers.
Legendary.
Both brothers, and it was it was dope, bro.
And what made you decide for jiu-jitsu at that time? After baseball, after kickboxing?
I got beat up. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got beat up. I used to, no, I got beat up in the street, like by one of the neighbors over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how'd you learn about the jiu-jitsu? Like, why after getting beat up, why that?
We were watching TV. Yeah, I was watching TV with my pops, and we saw I don't know if you're familiar with the UFC.
Yeah, UFC 1 or UFC 2?
Yeah. November 5th, 1993, Royce Gracie. The first fights in Colorado. And after that, it was just
saw the man beat up anybody.
We saw the little guy, because I've always been the little guy. Yeah. I've never been big. We saw the little guy beat giants.
Facts.
And that's when it was like, mijo, like you gotta do that. Yeah. Cause you're like, my pop's like, that's pequeño. Like, but you have will, but you're small. Yeah. So then we found the Gracies, and after that it was weird to see like the pajamas and and then the guys, you're like, oh, you guys are gay, like you just the gi, everything. Especially when you grow up in a certain type of environment.
No, yeah, you're in the hood.
It's just
this food is fucking
it's just different.
And then when you start getting choked out, it's whole different.
but I saw people sparring. Yeah. And when you see them sparring, bro, like I don't know how familiar you are with jiu-jitsu, but when you see two white belts go at it, especially back in the day, bro, it's crazy. And it was like, for me, it felt like gladiator school.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I want in. Like, this looks cool. Because all you got to do is just say, I'm done.
I'm done, yeah.
So, like instead of, like, kickboxing, like, you get hit and it hurts and you're just hurting the next day. This one is like, okay, you got me? Cool. And the game keeps going.
Yeah.
So that was dope. And, yeah, I did it, and I fell in love with it. And then shortly after that, like 2 years, I had a guy named Joe Tomasi invite me to some fights at a gym that he trained out of, because he trained in West Covina and he trained in Torrance.
Okay.
He's like, yo, this gym has fights, this and that. Like, you should do it. I was like, I'm all right, bro. Another homie that I had that trained, he was also from Lawndale. And he was like, come on, fool, don't be a peer pressure. Don't fall to peer pressure. Or peer pressure is good sometimes.
It ended up being good in this.
It ended up being good, yeah, because I fought and I was scared, bro. Like when you see the environment, like you see the cage, you see the people, you see the drinking. My first fight, the guy was like 30 pounds heavier than me. I don't even look in general, like, you know, but this guy already had the whole.
He was big.
Yeah, bro, the whole thing. I was like, fuck. My leg wouldn't stop shaking. That was my tell. When I'm afraid, my leg won't I can't control it.
Yeah, you get the ansias like
the thumper. Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah, that's it. And if I went in there, I was like, I'm already here. Might as well do it. And
did you win?
I won. Yeah. That's why I kept going.
How did it end up playing out? If you don't mind.
Second round triangle.
Yes.
Second round triangle. Second round triangle, and that was it, bro. Like I stood up, hugged my coach, put my hands up, saw the crowd and everything, and I was like, dude, this is such a dope feeling. It's like a good high.
Yeah.
And that was it, bro. After that, I was hooked, and now I'm here. 14 years later.
Dang.
In your teenage years when you were doing this, was there anything that made you want to quit?
All the time. Depression, peer pressure, right? What to do, what not to do. Sometimes people would call me to be at places, and it's like working two jobs, kind of.
Yeah. Your schedule was conflicting.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, let's go run in the morning and train at 6 a.m. And it's like a very disciplined, like warrior life, right?
Yeah.
Martial arts. And then outside was fun because I was young, but there was a conflict of interest. These guys want to stay up till 3 and do, whatever. And then I'm supposed to be in bed by 9:30, according to these guys. So I try to do my best to do both.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll go home at 2, and if I wake up, then 5 hours is better than no hours. And I try to just do math in my head to see what could work, and I'm pretty good at trying to manage the schedule that way.
And do you any of those like lessons? Because we don't say like L's, but we say like lessons outside in the streets or outside of the ring. Did you feel like that made you better in the ring?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like
the circumstances, bro. When you walk in there, people say I'm afraid to fight when it comes to a cage.
Yeah.
But I had bigger things outside to be afraid of. We're fighting. We're basically every day just getting home was a mission, and it felt like
it was a mission.
It's like, bro, I might die today. Who knows? Especially things that happened before, whatever, and you're like, dog, like it's just scary.
Yeah.
So when you go in there and it's a fair fight, I don't got to worry about someone jumping in. I don't have to check myself after. Like, you're good.
Yeah, the doctor comes and checks
you. That's the best thing ever, bro. Like, people are afraid, but I'm like, no, this is the best thing ever. You cheer me on to fight a fair one-on-one with someone who wants to fight and actually knows how to fight. Because there's people out there who are bullies. They know how to fight and they pick on people who don't know how to fight, and that's how they get their reputation. And that's what it was growing up for me.
Yeah.
But this was like, this is a real challenge. Like, it's like saying this is the toughest guy from our guy, and then let's fight the toughest guy, your guy.
Yeah.
And like, let's see how it does. And that's what it was. And the best thing is there's a ref saying, hey, done.
That's it.
And you cheer and then you shake hands after, and that's it. So it was dope. I like
it.
Yeah.
At what point did the homies were like, okay, like, go do that. Like, don't come kick it. You don't got to come kick it like that. You don't got to go do no extra shit. Like, just focus on that.
I never had homies that told me what to do in that aspect, right? It was never like us or them. I think for me, it was more like, because I was never part of a gang.
Got it.
Right? We were a crew. We went against, I kind of explained that on that podcast. I said we were a tagging crew. We went against the grain, and we paid the price. They took us all out, and eventually we fought back, and everyone started getting shipped away to college, and near the end, I was just one of the last ones, and I was like, all right.
Going to the gym.
Fighting or like this is there's an easy pick now. I don't have no one to hang out with anymore. The gym it is. Training it is. And then a year later, it was 18 to 19 where that switch really happened. Then I met a coach.
Full dedication.
And he was like, yo, I heard some things about you. He goes, if that's you, I want nothing to do with you. But if you say like, and you dedicate yourself here, I will give you my time and I will help you pursue this. And at that time, it was the best
shit ever.
But not, it didn't feel like I had to choose. It just felt like it was, call it cheesy, but it's like, it felt like it was destiny, bro.
No, absolutely.
It felt like it, no matter what happens in my life, it always kept choosing me, like fighting.
Facts.
Even when I quit from 5 to 13, it was like,
you quit for a long ass time.
Yeah.
Like 5 to 13, I trained a lot. I quit. I got my first L in amateur kickboxing. I tried baseball because my dad said, if you're going to do something, right, like you can't just not do nothing in my house. You have to do something. I did baseball. It's like, hey, are we good? Cool, I'm doing something. Then fighting again was his idea, but it was because I got beat up. It was just the way it all worked out was just, so I know, like, God has a plan for you. Because no matter what happened, fighting always like, hey, I'm still here. Like when you're ready.
Are your parents still with us? Your father?
Yeah, both of them.
What does he think?
Oh.
What does he think now after all of this time?
That's a good question. I never sat down and
chopped it up like that.
I don't think he ever will anyways. That's why I don't even think it's worth my time. As in terms of like, hey, Pops, what do you think? Because every time I ask him anything, he's like, I'm proud of you. And then
at least he gave you that.
Yeah, true. But he said he's proud. And that was it. For me, that was...
But he's not breaking it down.
No, I don't think he ever will. And that used to piss me off. Because I was like, bro, just give me my respect. Like, I'm earning my respect with you, man. Come on. But it was just...
He's like, this was your idea.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
But yeah, he loves it as in terms of it now. He just says the fight week is very stressful.
Yes.
It's very stressful for them. To me, it's just like another day at the office. I've done this so many times. I understand what I'm here for. It doesn't feel like how they describe their week feels like. Their week sucks. Mine doesn't. My only thing that sucks is when I cut weight. But theirs is just...
They're dreading it?
They're more like one of the last ones were in Mexico. And they're like, dude, as a family, we're all here in Mexico. And you would think we're supposed to enjoy our time.
Everyone's pressed.
But like every freaking day is just like, oh, like just people trying to distract them from the week. And then finally, like the day comes of the fight, and then everyone's like in the walkout and this and that. And my pops, shout out to him because he keeps a very stoic face. When I'm about to fight, I try to find him in the crowd. I typically find him, and I just do like the old head nod, like, got this? And he goes, go get it. We kind of speak, that. And that's it. And then the Mexico fight, I got to my kids. So it was cool. I looked at them like... Yeah. I looked at them and said, I got this.
That's the second one, right?
Yeah, the second one. But, and then my mom, she doesn't like it.
To say the very least.
Yeah, she wants me to retire already.
I interviewed a kid earlier. He's like his third fight in at a small promotion, Spar Star.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. He's fighting for a Spar Star or whatever. And I asked him about his family, and he said the same thing. Like his mom is not with it at all.
No.
But everyone else is cool with it. You know what I mean?
It's kind of how it goes, bro. I think a mother...
Like she supports you, but...
I saw a mother watch this kid fight this weekend. Or an aunt. There was an aunt.
Oh, it was crazy, huh? Because you were in the corral.
Yeah.
They're screaming over your shoulder.
But like this fight is going on, and I see fighting every time. So it's not like I don't care about the fight per se. But I am curious, like in people watching. And I locked my eyes on his aunt. and you could just feel that mother's thing, right? Even though it's not her son.
Yeah.
Like trying to be protective, like.
And it's and I'm seeing her look, and I'm watching the fight, and I'm watching him. He's doing his thing, and it happens. The fight was pretty quick, right? But I caught the glimpse of it, and I told my homie, I'm like, there's a bond between like the mother and the son, right? She carried you for 9 months, and everyone has their stories, right? And I guess some people never had that luxury of that, but the way I believe it's supposed to be is something beautiful. And she carries you, she holds you, and you come out. There's always that connection, and it's beautiful to see it when they're fighting, because that mother love is like,
it's everything.
She's like, hit me, like, and you're like, Mom, relax, like I chose it. You can't explain that to them, you know, but they only just see this. They only see love. They could care less about everything else, and that's dope.
Pretty intense for sure. And what if the boy loses?
Oh, I know.
Want to know something crazy? My first loss was against Max Holloway.
Yes.
That was a brutal fight for me. Brutal fight. I broke my hand, dislocated this, broke this in half, dislocated this.
That's crazy.
My nose was broken, my eyes was closed shut, this was fractured.
Yeah, you definitely went to fucking war.
Just kept going. Like, that was my mom's first fight.
Oh, shoot. Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
That
she was like,
that was the last fight.
Yeah, that was the last one too.
Yeah.
No, I take that back. She lied to me. And she went to the Volkanovski one too. Both of them fight. I was like, Mom, just don't show up. I love you, but it's just not good for both of us.
She's a kryptonite. Yeah. She's a kryptonite.
Bro, you know what I told her? I told her when I lost the Volkanovski fight.
You blamed her?
No. I didn't. No, not always. Never that. I used to though. When I was a kid, I told her that, and I'm sorry for that. Now that I have kids, and it hurts, bro.
No, yeah.
But after the fight, I said, Mom, you came to the fight, huh? She goes, No, mijo, no. I said, Mom, like, I know you came to the fights. Like, I know it. She's like, yeah, I did. She bought her own ticket, like, just.
She crept.
Yeah. She crept the whole thing. I get 4 tickets.
Yeah.
She's never one of those tickets, not because I don't believe that, but I just, like, I feel like that's the kryptonite thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, you love me too much, and maybe there's something there, but like, I need Pop's love right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I need going in. I just need to, like, go handle it. I don't need to worry about emotions or anything else other than that.
It's so crazy because you had that guillotine on Volk.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
bro, now
it's just like crazy because seeing it from me, watching the fight, and then knowing this, and you had the guillotine. That shit was pretty deep.
When I lost that and the triangle and the slip up to the darts and put my head down, that was like, she's here. Because it's like, bro, no one's gonna escape this.
No, not that guillotine. That guillotine was,
bro. No one's gonna escape it.
Bro, that shit was tight, bro.
And
you could see him turning red, like the back of his neck, like it was like red. And then I don't know.
It happened, man. It was meant to happen. So, but yeah, I kind of at that third round, I was like, it's mi mamá está aquí. She's here.
I was gonna say
she loved me too much. Though. She loved me too much.
Mom.
No, don't do that. She already gets mad at me sometimes for the things I say.
God, that'd be so.
She's like, you say it very. She's like, I know what you mean, but you say it very inaccurate. I'm like, I don't mean it that way.
No, but it's also a mother-son relationship. You're able to talk to your mom a different way than you talk to your dad.
Absolutely.
Like, so it's just like, so that's why certain things like slip with when you're talking to your mother. I know my relationship with my mom.
Yeah.
So like, you talk to her more of like someone that's understanding and a friend. So you're able to get away with a little bit more.
Yeah.
Than with like a father or your dad.
True.
Yeah. So
yeah, true.
That's crazy. So not to stay in the future because that's too current. Let's rewind. Talk to me about how you graduated to the UFC. Like, what steps did you take to get to that point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the steps were 3 steps. or 2 technically, to get to the UFC. Phase 1 is get a belt in a local promotion for me.
What local promotion were you at?
It was Respecting the Cage here in Pomona.
Oh, fire.
Off of Gary Street.
That's not far.
The Fox Theater.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I fought at the Fox Theater. I got the belt there.
Fire.
And it basically showed what I could do in the cage. Dislocated my shoulder in that title fight.
Damn.
And
That's painful. I know. I've dislocated my shit.
still won the title, but it took me out for 2 years. In that process, I ended up, fighting my 6th fight with another baby, my first baby on the way, and had new motivation to actually keep going, because after 2 years, you hear things and you start to believe things like you might not make it or whatever. But
all that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I told myself.
Yeah.
And then I came back, I fought, and another organization picked me up. That one was the scary one, because this is the one that's gonna get. This is where we get you ready for where you're going.
Yeah.
And if it's like the moment of truth, you either hang in here and there's a future there, or if you don't, it's like,
see you later, G.
It's like go to the bar and just say I was once a fighter. Like that's basically what I've seen.
What was the league called?
RFA. Now it's called LFA.
Gotcha.
It's a feeder league to the UFC.
No, it's a big thing. Yeah, I see it. Well, I was gonna say some crazy shit. Like when I'm on the phone looking at all the elite, it's always there.
You just said it.
No, I'm taking it
out. They don't know where we're at.
Yeah.
Facts.
No, well, LFA's they have UFC Fight Pass and all that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's also on Fight Pass.
When I fought, it was on Access TV. They're like, they switch places, but it was a televised fight, and they treat you the best of their ability to make you feel like what it's gonna feel like for the UFC.
Like you're already there.
Yeah, you go in there and you sign posters. You go in there and you do media to their best, the way they can do it, right?
It's different now, but yes.
And then they get you just dialed in for the UFC. And after that, I fought my first fight there. The guy was Jordan Rinaldi. He was in the UFC as well. He did the Ultimate Fighter show at that time. We did the weigh-ins. This guy was he was a specimen. And I was like, yo, these are different leagues.
Yeah.
Like these guys are more here, like my skinny fat, like, just, I didn't know what to do. I didn't understand dieting or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So we fought and I got him in the third round triangle. After that, I was like, well, maybe they give me one or two more fights and then I'll fight for the belt. But my second fight after that was for the belt. So it was like,
that was that.
Here we go. You don't have a choice. The guy was Keone Coke. Fought him. I won the belt by split decision, which was a war. It won on January 24th. It won Fight of the Year, and it stayed that way. And the end of the year, it was Fight of the Year. So we had a war.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had a full year of fights, and that January was the one. Like him and I, we left everything in there. Got the belt, and then I got the call for the UFC.
Who calls you? Not Dana.
Someone calls my manager, which I'm assuming
yes.
And the manager calls me. And that was what it was. I still remember the call, the day, what like everything. And it was dope.
And what was that feeling like? How was that feeling? Was it like finally, or was it like it, or it's
no,
just
it was
like something
scary.
like scary?
Yeah.
Describe the day. Where were you?
I was mowing the lawn with my dad. I was in the backyard. One thing about my pops is he always puts you to work. Doesn't care what you
He didn't want you to get
yeah. It's like, I don't care what you do. I was like, ándale, ponte a hacer cosas. So, I was mowing the lawn and I couldn't feel my phone. And then the coach that I had at the time drove to my house. And he was all excited, like, hey, man, you made it. We did it. He was celebrating. He was very enthusiastic. And I still don't understand why. He's like, you're in the UFC. You're fighting. I think it was like in March or April. He's like, you're fighting. It was like shortly after my fight. Like, you're fighting in March, April. Hurry up, get ready. And we got to go get your passport. And I was like, wait, what? Like, I'm in? Like the UFC for real? Like, I got it? Yeah. I was like, like we hugged it out. My dad was there. He was there. And I was like, then the fear kicked in, like, holy
shit.
And then I went and literally, like, I took a shit. Like, it literally, like, I swear, it dropped it.
Yeah.
I was
forgot my Leas.
Then I came back. I was like, dude. Then I was able to process it more. But one of the happiest shits I ever taken in my life.
That shit must have been crazy.
Yeah. And the fear is because of the fear of like the pressure, like you finally made it, or was it just like...
it's always a dream, man.
Yeah.
It's always a dream. You know, like, and you start with it, and you have your fear and you have your doubts.
Yeah.
And every step is like another step to put, getting to that dream.
Yeah.
So when it finally calls, I felt a lot of pressure because it was like, this is where we really cement it now. Like, this is, whatever you did is nothing now.
Straight to...
And at the same time, it's like, that was all my accomplishments. So to take everything I ever accomplished and say, it means nothing, we're here, like, this is where this shit
crazy
gets real now.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was giving it my all back then. So it was like, what else can I give this?
More.
Yeah.
More sacrifices, more time, more dedication, more discipline, more just say no to this, say no to that. Like, yeah.
And at these times when you were like in RFA and fighting, did you have like strength and conditioning coaching, or were you just strictly just like boxing and jiu-jitsu, or like what were you?
That was literally it. I would box in a garage, and I would train at the Gracie's Academy, and that was it. I did strength and boxing in the garage, and then I would do jiu-jitsu, obviously there. MMA, even like how I train now, none of these rounds existed the way we're doing them.
Yeah.
And it was just jiu-jitsu, boxing, strength, and a lot of cardio. I would pick places to go run, stairs. I'd just get creative with like, I see this crazy like hill, and I'm like, bro, it's like 5 miles, but it's like this. I'm like, let's do it. That's a full workout.
Yeah.
It's gonna, like, if I could do that.
This fool did the Culver City stairs a million times before it was popular.
I did. We're doing them, right? We did those, and then we do the sprints on the side.
Yeah. But that's a workout in itself, bro. That's hiking, running up hills is...
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. There's a mountain we used to run up. It's called Mount Mother. And it's for
it lives up to his name.
Yeah.
What city is this?
No, this is on Camp Hills.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So like the hill goes up here, and then you get to the top, it flattens out a little bit, and then it goes like this. And that's and so you feel like you're almost done, because like you're getting to the top, and you're like, and it kind of flattens out. You're like, oh yeah, and then when you see it, it's like this,
it just
and that's
plays
all
with
your
your
mind,
mind.
and that's the motherfucker. And you got to get to that rest.
Because that middle point, you look up.
Yeah. Yeah, because you feel like, yeah, I made it, and then you look up, and then it's like this. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks. But I love things like that.
Yeah, no, because
the more you tell your mind to do things like that, like, it helps you in fighting, you know.
Especially when if you're in a bad position, you put your mind in so many different bad situations already that in this situation in the ring is like, oh, you can get through it.
I love how you said that.
Yeah.
There's a saying by the jiu-jitsu guy, the Grandmaster Elio Gracie says, put yourself in bad situations, right? Put yourself in worst case scenarios so much that eventually worst case scenarios will cease to exist.
That's fire.
And that's jiu-jitsu or martial arts. It's like I put myself in the biggest danger, and I figure out how to do that, and then, like, you step outside the mat and you don't really get stressed out anymore. Like, someone cuts you off, like, cool. I literally happened the other day.
Yeah.
The Bay Area. I got cut off, and they're like flipping me off. My brother's like, bro, and I was like, bro, I'm too tired.
It's because they saw the interview. It's because they saw the interview, and they're like, oh, he's a...
Nah, I don't want to need that. I don't want to need that.
Yeah,
It's a girl,
yeah.
Nah, don't start that, man. It's gonna ruin everywhere I go, man. It's gonna become bigger than it is. But oh well. Hey, I stand for the cause. Let's go. Let's go.
It's all love now.
Yeah.
So it's good.
I stand for the cause.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Ryan. Tell me a crazy Dana White story, if there's any that exists between the two of you.
No, they don't exist.
Why do you?
Nah.
Tell me any Dana White story.
Because he's super cool, man. I have a smile on my face because, he was cool to me one time. He's cool. He's solid.
He's cool generally speaking.
Yeah.
But what stuck out to you when he did whatever he did for you?
He flew me out to Vegas when I couldn't figure this out. What to do, how to do it, right? Like I hit a point in the game where like the snakes all bit me.
Mm.
And then I shook them all off, and now I'm just like,
now what?
I have no representation. I have no coach. Like I don't have anything. And now I just like, it was after the Max fight. So it's like, and technically I'm number 1 in the world still, ranking wise. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So he flew me out, and I was scared because I said, well, here I am hurting about these guys, but he's Anaconda, you know, like
Yeah.
So like
final boss.
Yeah, like I'm kind of afraid. But he shut down his restaurant. It was a Chinese food. It was basic Chinese food. He gave me the time and day to speak. I told him about everything. And he gave me his guidance. He put me with people and said, here, man, but it's still up to you. And that conversation with him has led me to where I am right now. His advice and things like that. So I have
the most gratefulness.
Yeah.
That's love.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of people don't ever.
He didn't have to.
He didn't have to. Especially him being the boss of how many other fighters like us are.
Yeah.
You know, like, so something lined up perfectly where he was just, you know what, I have this conversation with you. I think maybe because I gave him the big war, I think, you know, he's like, you know what, I got you. And for the boss to do that, it's like,
fire.
Okay, cool, you are with this. Because you hear a lot of negativity about him.
No, absolutely. Yeah. But like you said,
like, my personal relationship with him is good.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's super dope.
No, it is.
I don't know what the fuck to expect.
I didn't know either.
I didn't either. I was on that airplane just like,
it's only a 45-minute flight. So
I know, bro, I was tripping the whole time.
I fucking feel it. That shit probably felt like forever.
It did. I was scared.
Shout out to fucking Dana being solid with you.
Let's go.
That's tight. I'm just kind of like.
This is called the casual experts. I'm the casual. This was the expert. Lay it on him.
I'm the expert.
And it was it was normal Chinese food too. Like it was that's what was trippy. Like
it wasn't even PF Chang's. It was
acting like oh man, this guy shut down his whole place. Like he shut down a restaurant in the casino. Like damn. So I'm like, I'm afraid. Like this is a big snake. Like he's the man. And then you have like basic Chinese food. It was pretty cool, man. It was like,
what'd you order?
It was like for everyone. So
I got you.
It was a big like bunch of orange chicken, bunch of like rice and the noodle, you know, all
normal stuff.
Yeah, so it's just literally the basic thing. At least from when I order, is like, you know, rice, chow mein, orange chicken, and teriyaki chicken.
Yeah,
it was just that, but it just, you know, in a different
family style.
Yeah, family style.
Dope. So we're after. Are we leaving off right there after Max Holloway? Is that where we're at?
Well, that was just how, at least the phasing to get into the UFC.
UFC. Well, then because you had these wars before that, Cub Swanson, and like out of those, besides the Max Holloway Volkanovski fight, like who's your toughest fight between? Was it like as a got up harder, or was it right away off the bat? Like
all of them are hard in their own way. Every single, like every time you fight these guys. They're doing the same thing you're doing.
Yeah.
You're training every day. They're training every day. You're fully committed. They're fully committed. You get there, and our gloves are very small.
Yeah.
And we're allowed to hit each other with every limb.
Yeah.
So it takes just a fraction of a second or a mistake, and it's out. It lights out anyone. And so they're all crazy, bro. But the craziest one that I personally had was against Tavares.
Okay.
Thiago Tavares, which was my second fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
And that one was just, it was a war. I was just young, 23, 24. The guy who had 15 fights in the UFC. I didn't even have 15 fights in total.
Facts.
And then he was just, he's a monster, bro.
And that's the thing with the UFC. It's not like boxing where they're building you up. You get to UFC, they throw you right in the lines,
bro.
you go right in there.
Even some UFC fighters, and you can, I don't know if you watch the sport a lot, but like then you can say like, oh, okay, they're
getting babied a little bit.
Baby.
Yeah.
They threw me to, bro. They didn't give a about me. I don't know what happened, or I was like, dude, I piss off. But like, the first one was the only one, and after that, it was like the second bad. I was like, hey, it can't get any worse than this. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And it was just all the way up, the whole time. But Tavares was the hardest one. Took him on 2 weeks' notice. I was in, I don't remember. I was somewhere like at another state in the East Coast, teaching cops with Henner.
Okay.
And I got the call, and I was like, hey, you want me to fight in 2 weeks? Down? Like, let's do it. So we would teach the cops all day. Then after, I was just picking like the guys who trained, the cops who did.
You were beating
and I was
cops all
like, literally, I was like, go, like, let's go. And we would train with them. I trained with all of them, and just we'd go, and they were dope for Montgomery Police Department. Thank you guys. Yeah, because they were bodies.
Yeah.
And then after that, I hit the weight room, and then I go back, and we go back to our little like kind of Airbnb, whatever, we're staying in a hotel, and then just fall asleep, and then wake up and do it all over again. Go to the parking lot. I was doing sprints with Henner. There was a 1 week training camp there. Then we came back, and then we trained a little bit here, and I forgot what we did here, and then we just were in New Orleans.
How much weight did you have to cut in those 2 weeks? Were you kind of around, or?
I don't really remember, but I want to say it's always at least 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's usually where you're kind of at, or that's just like when you get closer
30, 35 right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I got to lose 30 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
But that was a fairly easy weight cut. I can't say that I even remember suffering in that one.
Okay.
What's the worst weight cut you've ever had?
They were all bad, bro.
Well,
like I wish I could bring my coach and my staff here. Like they would tell you how horrible it is.
Because you had that incident, you had for the Diego Lopes fight, right? The first one.
That one was horrible too.
Because you had that fight got canceled, didn't it?
That fight got canceled because I didn't make weight.
And that was because what was going on? Like you just couldn't get those last couple pounds off.
It's another short notice fight.
Yeah, were you sick or?
No, I just had 2 weeks to get there.
Yeah.
When I took the call to say yes, I was like 178.
Oh shoot, that's a lot.
And they're like, yo, not this Saturday, but next Saturday or Friday, you have to be 145.
Yeah. No,
I was like,
that's ridiculous.
I go, all right.
That's a lot of weight to cut though.
I called my guy up. I'm like, hey man, is this possible? And he's like, let me do the math.
Yeah.
Like my nutritionist and everything, but he's way more than that.
Yeah.
And he said it's possible, but
you ain't gonna be able to.
It's like if you make it, like, because we're allowed 1 pound, right, for 146. Yeah. They go, you hit 146, we're pushing the line. Like you're dabbling with that line of like life and death type shit. He goes, but like the good thing is I can, like, if you get there, I can recover you the best way I know how. But he goes, but it's possible. But that's for 155.
Yeah. Okay.
I said.
And you guys agreed, right? They agreed to the 155.
But it wasn't. It happened in a sequence, right? That was my conversation with him.
Yeah.
I called them up. I said, hey, can we do 155 if it's a short notice fight? Because they had me bulking up to fight 155.
Okay.
So it wasn't like I was 178 of just fat.
Yeah.
I was bulking up and getting strong to fight at 55 because these guys are beast.
Yeah.
So I was kind of solid. So I've lost fat before, and that's easier.
Losing muscle is an entirely different process. But
draining the muscle of the water and shrinking it by that much.
And you're also using, when you're doing that, you're taking fluid from your brain as well. Like when you're cutting.
Your body takes fluid out from wherever it can find it.
So it's like it's actually scary.
Level.
Actually, it's scary.
It sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I took it. We said yes, whatever. They said no to the 155. I did a 5 mile run. I basically ran from the gym home with like plastics and everything. I weighed myself. I said 173. I was like, I feel pretty good. I go, let's do it. We're taking it. Plus, I had a conversation with God about it. And like by the time I got home, I said, this is the move. Like, let's do it. And And that was it. I said yes, and the week or the Thursday, the week of the fight, Thursday, Friday morning now, it's like 4 a.m. My body topped out at 153. It just, there's a thing called where they overcook you. If you're drained
and you're not sweating no more, right?
And you're not sweating, and they raise up the heat, they overcook the body, and it just kind of shuts you down.
Yeah.
Like it just shuts your whole system off. It's like, I'm not giving you nothing, like full survival. Like I'm gonna retain this because like you got us on like,
yeah.
I don't know how to explain it scientifically.
No, yeah, it's on some other shit. Your body's just
Yeah. But if they don't overcook you, then you can still keep sweating. It's crazy. I'm learning all this as I go right now.
Yeah.
And it's pretty dope. Like, so anyways, my body shut down. I couldn't do it. They called it like, hey, Brian can't make it. They said, we'll do 155. It's like, whew. Drank maybe like one of these. And it was like, wow. I go to sleep. You're 155. Just in 3 hours, 4 hours, when the weigh-in's in, we'll wake you up and you're in. Like you're already 55. Fight's still going on. I was like, hell yeah. And then the day of the fight on the Saturday, then I felt like shit. The night before I was sweating, but I thought it was maybe fear and nerves.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, it feels good to have this again.
You're in fucking shock.
And yeah, but then the day of the fight, I couldn't do anything. Like my energy wise, it wasn't there. I got a B12 shot in my ass for energy. Nothing. Like fucking the Mexican ones. I went from TJ too.
A real one.
Yeah, a real one.
Yeah.
It had mint in it. I got a shot in the ass.
You smell like elote.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And then I had a whole coffee, nitro cold brew, and it did enough to like I can walk around. But
you
it's
were
like
done.
to say to fight, I was like, I can't. So then I called him up. I said, hey man, like I've been trying all day. I can't. And I even try to. I hate the fact that those words come out of my mouth, right? So
to even say that, you know it's real.
Yeah.
But it's like,
because at that point you're causing more damage to yourself, no?
But I told him, I said, listen, man, like between us, like don't tell the world, but between us, that's what I told him. I said, I'll go. But just know, like, I'm not the same fighter when I go in there. And I'm going in there already with, like, I'm going to lose. Like, if that's how bad you need, like, that's how badly you need me to save the show, like, for the company, like, fuck it, I'll do it. And I'm hoping at this point that maybe adrenaline just gives me what I need and I can pull off something miraculous. And the best response was like, no, bro, we're good. Like, thank you, we love you, and let's keep you safe. I was like, damn. I was already like getting ready, like this was gonna say, okay, like we'll send the shuttle down.
Yeah.
See you soon.
They're not. They're just like, bro, just we'll remake it now. If anything, you guys have a little history now. And yeah, we made it, and it didn't go my way.
On the second try around, the camp, the cut, and everything was better.
Everything was perfect.
How long was the camp for the second fight? You had a full camp?
Yeah, we had a full camp.
Like, was it like 6-8 weeks or?
Oh, like 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah, two months, 2.5. Typically, like 2 weeks to set your life up, your schedule, and then 8 weeks of
Execution.
meals and just what everything is just dialed in. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm eating. I know what I'm going to weigh like. I know what I'm going to take. My life is just planned till the fight. From even up to the fight. After the fight. Even the interviews after.
Yeah.
It's all planned. Like to you know, like a thing.
Yeah.
And then like once I leave the stadium,
That's
it. But everything else is, you already know what to expect.
And how was that transition? Like from, you say you didn't have the strength and conditioning coach, you didn't have like all that like, when RFA, and then when did you start implementing all that into your team, having nutritionists, having a strength and conditioning, recovery, and everything like that?
I try to mimic the best that I could when I hear people talk, because I would be in rooms with fighters who obviously I looked up to, And they would say this and say this. And I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that. Like, but if they're doing it, it must be good. And then I would try it. I'm like, yo, this, like massages. I didn't understand about massages.
Yeah.
And then the coach had a place across the street from him called Reflexology. And they do your feet.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like how athletes like at a high level they get specific. It just gets in more in depth everything, right?
Reflexology is popular.
But anyways, for me it was like, hey, just beat me up, beat my feet up, and I'm good.
Well, because you weren't, it's like I wasn't doing this, but now I'm actually getting massages, so it has to be.
But that was just the level of education that I had in the game, right? I didn't understand that. I was just like, oh, they said massage. I didn't ask them questions like, hey, what kind of massage? Who do you hire? Is it specific or it's? I didn't even have the idea on how to ask that.
Yeah.
I just heard massage and I did it. And after that, I started trying to ask people for help. Like, hey, can you help me? And do you do like dieting? I went to a Mexican meat market, and shout out to the homie Miguel, and he just gave me like just Mexican food meal preps.
Yeah.
And to me, it was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
It was just like, at least we're on the path.
Yeah.
Right. I'm still trying to figure this out, but right now it's on the path. I have my meals done. That's one less thing to worry about. Then the problems started happening, because money starts coming to people. You know, you're the meal guy, or you're this, or they get attention one way or another, right?
Yeah.
Everything's a transaction.
Of course.
So then from there, jealousy and envy, and then the snake started to hiss, right, per se.
Yeah.
And it was just always bad, because every time I try to add new things, it was like, no. I'm like, I'm telling you, yes. Like, this is a good thing. No. I'm older. You don't know about this. And in my head, I'm like, well, neither do you. But like, we went along with this together, though. Like, I listen to you, you listen to me. It didn't happen that way. And then finally, like, the max fight was the one that, like, that it was over. Because I don't even want to go into like the details of just the how tiresome that was.
Yeah.
But it was.
When it's you're the fighter, like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ultimately, he's making the ultimate sacrifice.
Ultimately,
but you
like
also do want to listen to your team, right? Yeah. Because your coaches are there to guide you. They're there to help you.
But they should be listening. There should be a two-way street, no? Like.
Open communication.
It needs to be a two-way, because ultimately you're the one that's going in there. You're putting your life online in that cage. So ultimately, like, what I'm saying, listen to what I'm actually saying, and then help me with what I'm saying. Yeah. I might not be saying it the right way, but if I'm not saying it the right way, then explain it to me, and then let's have that talk. Don't tell me no, and then try to like give me an answer that's not what I'm talking about.
No, yeah, absolutely. And I try to explain it in basics. I'm like, is what I'm saying going to be good and help me, or is it going to be bad and deteriorate me? I just leave it like that.
Simple shit.
Yeah.
Just like, is this a good move to even add a massage? Yes or no? Will it hurt me? Will it distract me? Will it take me away from anything? Yes or no? If the answer is no, then why am I not doing it? Why aren't we doing this? Because I know that these guys are, and this is a game. This is a very competitive game. I want to do what you're doing and more.
Yeah.
And then I hear what you're doing, and hold up,
we're doing all of this shit.
You run more miles than I do. The fuck you? Like, all right, cool. When I get home, I'm gonna add like a half to that, and then I'm gonna add it more, and then eventually I'm just gonna do more than you because that's what you do.
That's just what it is.
So to me, it was just mimicking things that I heard from them. I was like, this person, they say they do weights. This person does this. This person does this. This person does that. All right, cool. I try to make my own concoction of it.
Yeah, especially if you're getting this information from
high level
fighters, top 10, top 5 fighters, like champions and stuff like that. It's like, why they're champions? They're
there for a reason.
If they're higher ranked than me, I need to do that plus more, because the goal is to be above them or be better.
Yeah, and when that was contradiction to what we're doing, and it was just no good. The max fight did it, and after that, that's when I started getting into my own, like, hey. So I asked this guy Mike Safai, who's like my brother. I'm like, hey bro, you're like my right hand guy. what's going on? He's like, can I finally speak, bro? Because I've been on my breath for a while. We let it out. He let it all out. Stayed quiet. I understood everything. And I said, can you help me make a plan for the future? I would love to.
Boom.
Even after the things that he even had to put up with.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I got you. I know this guy named, and he's very educated. So he's like, I know this guy named Dr. Andy Galpin. He's the best at what he does. He's like, bro, like this guy sticks needles in your legs to find out what kind of muscle fibers you run. Like, he's just like, are you a slow twitch, fast twitch? Like, we gotta. He's like, his whole thing is I find out what you're made out of. What is what's the engine underneath this guy? Because everyone's different.
Facts.
And this guy just went in there and took my blood, my urine, my feces, my sweat, everything, and just found out what I am, who I am, how I'm supposed to operate the best of my ability, and just put it in a program. And I was like, yo, you're fucking crazy. Like, his level of understanding is insane. And then that's just the guy that does that.
Yeah.
Then it's like, hey, now you got jiu-jitsu down. We need wrestling. Get a wrestling coach. Done. We need a stand-up coach. 2, actually. 1 for boxing and 1 for Muay Thai. Yes? Let's hunt for them. Got them. Done. After that, I'm like, I should be done, right? It's like, no. Got a strength and conditioning. I got you. I'm like, done. What else? Manager. Done. So we got the full team now. 6, 7 people. Now, after that, falls the umbrella of like, who do we get as a body person to come see you 2 or 3 times a week? Who do we get for this? Who do we get for your, who's going to, like, what type of meal services are you going to do? Are you going to cook it yourself? Let's be honest, you're not. Like, so we have to find someone who does it for you.
Yeah.
And then after that, we build the whole thing. And then that's where we still are.
To me, right now, it's pretty mind blowing that you've gotten that you gotten this far in your career and where you are without having
kind of raw dogging it.
Yeah, you just been like going off just straight will.
Bro, but you know what it feels like,
and just like and just too disciplined, like literally like you boxing, jiu-jitsu, and your heart.
But you know what it feels like, which is similar, is like my upbringing.
Yeah,
I didn't know what I was doing when I was doing it.
Yeah,
you just like right now, this is like the older version. Like I just know more now. I've actually took the time to sit down and educate myself, and that's one thing that I wish I could tell myself is like, bro, anyone who's chasing anything, just educate yourself in the path. And kind of become obsessive with that, man, because that's gonna. There's people who are older than you, they've been through it, and it's like in their game, you want to study that game, because you're gonna walk up to every door that's supposed to knock you on your ass, and you're just gonna know how to just shoot,
boom, boom,
fucking miss me. That was coming. I knew about it.
Yeah.
If anything, I know how to handle that situation perfect. So that's what I have now, finally. But I hit every brick wall on the way up, and then I learned from every single one of my lessons. That's a good thing. So
did you have all this in place when you fought Yair the second time and then Diego?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was all there.
It was all there. Still kind of brand new though, or still like, or
it's still there, but it's always
evolving, or
it's never a solid system per se.
Yeah.
It's not like a factory where it produces the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
The game plan has to change. This has to change. There's always movements. I call it you do music, right?
Yeah.
See all those things? To me, they're all low. And imagine like everything says jiu-jitsu, like they're all knobs which I have to achieve. Obviously, you can't go 100%
Yeah, like I'm a creative player on the fucking video games.
If you go 100% on one, it's going to affect the other ones.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to like play with that person.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'm going to go against you. Okay, what do you do? Do you wrestle more? Do you strike more? What is your weaknesses? What is your like? So then we just start moving.
Mm-hmm.
We start moving it to the best of our ability. Because the truth is, no one has a for sure answer, right?
No.
We just go in there. We study the tape. We see them day in, day out. What are you good at? What are you not good at? Let's just be honest with yourself, Brian. Your jab sucks. This sucks. How can you get it better? Now it's up to me to do the homework. See? And then it's the other coaches to be like, hey, I'm going to show you this so you don't get clipped with this. Cool. So we just all become in sync.
And who's coming for the fights? Are you sitting there with your coach and sitting there and coming with the game plan together, or you guys, you're watching the tape on your opponent, he's watching it, and then you guys come together and you have both like ideas, and then you come up with a game plan like that? Like how you?
We watch it through different lenses, because your lens is different than mine. Like it's just simple as that. So I might see something, and the other coach will be like, "That's stupid." I'm like, "Why not?" He's like, "You're open for an uppercut, especially when you're trying to do this." And I'm like, he's like, "I understand you think but you can.
Yeah.
Let me show you this fight. Let's go pull up this. See how he cracked homeboy right there?" He goes, and he went out. I'm like, yeah. He goes, "You don't want to be homeboy."
Yeah, you're susceptible to the same shit.
He's like, "Don't do that." Can we agree? Do you agree? Can we all agree? Let's not do that. Yes. With Diego was like no clinching.
Yeah.
There's no clinching with him. If you clinch with him, he dirty boxes really good, right? As a warrior, that would be your dagger, right? Your close range weapon.
Yeah.
He's a beast with the dagger. So stay away from that range. Let's go sword range and spear range. Are we good? Cool. You want to do the dagger? We have to be in close range. Yeah. It's only on your terms, which is the ground, but not the stand-up one. He's really good there. So that's what, like, we just we just do things like that.
And going into that fight too, because you guys are both jiu-jitsu guys too. So do you felt like your jiu-jitsu was a little bit better? Is that why you wanted? Is that why you're saying the ground? Or
I would say that I'm more curious.
More curious?
Yeah. Right? Yeah. I want to find out if mine is better than yours. Right? Yeah. And will it get you in trouble? Yeah. But I am curious. Like, people call me the best for a reason. Like,
especially because he's from.
I don't care about you guys. I want to find out am I really? Because everyone's like, "Hey, I want your jiu-jitsu." I'm like, "Do you?" Let me find out. Like, let me go to war and test it.
Yeah. Because he's a Brazilian guy too, right?
Yeah, so he's a Brazilian. He's a black belt.
Yeah. So.
But it is MMA, right? So we're mixing everything in. But that's kind of like my mentality. Like, well, let's see. Let me prove it to myself, and because I owe that to myself to see if this is true. Because if I'm taking this much, and I do take pride off of that, which is like, I'm one of the guys who's not a Gracie, who represents Gracie Jiu-Jitsu at the highest level. That's a privilege and a badge of honor that I carry proudly.
For sure.
To say that. So it's like, I'm going to go to war for you guys to keep proving that this is true. Till age or, whatever happens to kick in, then whatever I have, I got to pass it down to somebody else. And,
and it's not just like a Gracie. It's like you come from the actual Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
I come from the grandsons.
Yeah. So it's not like there's a lot of.
It's not watered down.
Yeah. There's a lot of. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to be.
Yeah. It's not watered down per se.
Yeah.
Or it's not ventured into sport. Because jiu-jitsu does have two things, right? The art of it during fighting and then the art of it during sport, where it's more competition based.
Yeah, I just had this conversation.
I've never done that too much. I did it when I was younger, but it was like submission only type. Once points got involved and it became like a thing, I dipped out and I just went into fighting, because it's like you can't really do that here. In fighting, there's a true judgment in the end of who's the winner and who's the loser.
Facts.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
I wanted to know that. Like, I don't want to know that because you took me down once and you held me against my will that I lost. I want to know what would happen if, like, me and you were locked in a room and there was no choice.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what's going to go down. And I know that I'm ready because of the way I'm training. Let me find out for myself if it's true. That's how it was. That's why I picked fighting over, like, jiu-jitsu tournaments.
I had a conversation and talking about the jiu-jitsu transitioning to MMA. And it was when UFC 1, you have Royce Gracie coming out. That style of jiu-jitsu translated because it was like traditional, right? So when they train, sometimes they train with open fists and slaps, so you're like fighting.
Yes.
So you're able to, if you're trying to go for a triangle, you're used to getting smacked in the face. So you're used to, but now they have jiu-jitsu where you talked about it, sport.
Yeah.
A lot of sport jiu-jitsu transition it's not the same. It's not going to translate, and that's why you have a lot of guys like you have like Habib and the Dagestani guys coming in with Sambo, and because that's more of a combat style wrestling,
grappling.
So that's why that's kind of taking over right now. And that then when that's the conversation I had like not too long ago, like, oh, that kind of makes more sense because people gotta wait because you have like Gordon Ryan and all these guys in sport jiu-jitsu, right?
Mhm.
In tournaments. So that's getting big. And then so the jiu-jitsu, like you said, was kind of getting watered down. It's not really translating to MMA anymore. Would you agree with that or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to respect them for what they are, right?
Yeah.
It's like a Muay Thai guy fighting a boxer fighting an MMA fighter. They're all different arts, bro. Like if I go into a straight boxing match, I can't do the things they do because I don't operate or train that way. My rhythm is different. But they walk in the art world is completely different. So I always say like, is it a martial art that you have discipline, that you love, that you dive into it? If that is, then like who am I to disrespect it? Like, but it is a clear line between both of them.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yo, even that's why they invented there's a thing called combat jiu-jitsu, where you do jiu-jitsu, but it's open hand slaps to your face. It's reminding you all the time. How do you do that type of it? Then it becomes like boxing, right? Or any stand-up art, where it's like, how do you practice this? Because practicing this hurts.
Yeah.
Well, what we figured out was, it's very true.
Just straight up.
Yeah. What we figured out is if we put the small gloves on and we keep the patterns the same, but the intensity at a playing level.
Okay.
Right? So the way we teach our students is the glove is there not for me for permission to hit you, but for a reminder for you that you can get hit. You see?
I like that.
So there from there, it's like my job is just to be the best bad guy that I can for you. Give you the real honest looks and kind of act it out because I can't really hit you because then it's just there's a painful lessons that you can learn the same lesson without going through the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. And that's kind of like the mid ground there. And then there's people who don't want to do that. They're like, bro, I'm so infatuated with this and this and that. And like, cool, you belong in that pool right now.
Yeah.
Later on, you might switch and vice versa. We will dab into each other's worlds. But there is that difference though.
Being as competitive as you are, how did you deal with actually losing a match? Like mentally. Obviously you come back and you're going hard as right? But like in the minor instances after, like how does that like take a toll on you mentally?
It's rough.
I could only imagine.
It's rough, man. There's you're asking great questions, bro. I love it.
We're out here, fool.
Because this is something I just talked about the other day, right? I was trying to explain this. And there's certain things in our life that we will experience, all of us, that'll break our hearts.
Facts.
Right? And this type of heartbreak leaves you I don't know the word in Spanish, inquieto. Like I just don't know what to do. I'm just surviving right now, right? That's what it feels like. And I based all of my identity off that. So that's just the wisdom that I gained from that situation. The first loss was I wasn't Brian anymore, like talking to you. I was Brian Ortega, this UFC fighter when I walk in. You know, it's like I put all my eggs in that basket. I believed it as well. So then when that all shattered, it was like it's a rediscovery of who I am. Like,
I mean, that's still you.
It's still me. It's what I do, but not who I am, right? And I put who I am in that pile. Okay. So the wisdom was to separate the both and understand I am this, but I do that, and that was a lesson there. But at that time, it was a hard lesson to learn. It's just like the world, like the whole internet was like, we love you and Brian and this and that. And the whole, like the harbor area, everyone was like, dog, we love you. Like,
that's
you know, like it was dope. I had everyone behind me. So I felt like I'm the leader here that's got to represent well and I can't lose.
Yeah.
So when I lost, it's like I let all you guys down. And then, and not only that, but it's like when you invest everything you have, money, time. I didn't see my kids for months. I didn't see anything other than just 4 walls, the training rooms, for months. I didn't see nothing. That max fight was for a year. It was a whole year training camp. That year did not exist for me. I can't tell you what I did that year other than train. I don't remember doing anything else. So when that happened, it was like, how? It doesn't make sense that I lost.
Yeah.
Why are you better than me? I did more than you. And then I learned, it's all learning. Like you said, that's why you say, if you could either dwell on it or you learn this, like why did it go the way it did? Right? And then you just learn these lessons. Because to me, it's hard work is not progress. Progress is progress.
Progress is progress.
You see, they don't mistake the both.
No, it's not the same.
It's not. And I thought because I was doing a bunch of everything.
Yeah, repetition and progress are
separate. It was just a bunch of hard work. I was like, bro, I work harder than this guy. He's not waking up at 5 running 8 miles. Then he's not going over here and training for 4. And then he's not going over here and training for this. And he's not. But he was learning his arts where I was just smashing through them. It was just like a job. I'm great at my job. At getting ready for a fight,
yeah.
I'm really good at that. But then learning how to fight is a whole different thing. That's another thing that I learned from that. So it was just the whole time, that's how I got up. After realizing, like, hold up, it's not over. I see the lesson here. I see what it's showing me. Let's take this information and throw it in there and mix it with what it is to be better. What I feel it looks like, what I believe it looks like. Let me run it through the team, ask them, are they on the same page or not? If we all agree, cool, then let's make this next plan and let's rebuild. And that's kind of where we're at now. Again, we took that last L. We figured out this, that, and I'm just like, hey, I need you back in my life. Like, when I was with you, like, this never happened. So it's my fault for letting that tool out of the shed. Or out of the box, per se, right? Should have took it with me for war. So now I'm just learning all these things again, and now I'm doing the same thing right now. But now it just feels better because I'm falling. I learned the lesson quick. I see it. I make the adjustment, and then I go into mentality where it's like, love it, don't do it for work. And if it's work, don't do it. Sorry, guys, I can't fight. It feels like work.
Straight up.
Oh man, like, sorry, it feels like work. I can't. Once I'm in love and I'm infatuated and I train all day and I don't even realize that I'm hurting until I go home and sleep, now I call you guys, yo, I'm ready. Yeah. Like, I love this shit again. Like, every workout, even like earlier, like there's rhythms in fighting, like full beat, half beats, right? And it's just like, I'm just dancing the songs, that full beat songs, and then half beat songs. And it's just like, fuck. I was actually like, when I was training in my house earlier, I was like, fuck, I gotta go. And I was like, damn, fuck, I wish I could keep, like, It was a dope ass zone that I was in right now. Like, I wish I could have kept it. But that's where I'm at,
This was saying this training section.
No. I even said, like, said that way I can get done what I have to get done.
No, you absolutely said that earlier.
But
I'm just fucking around.
But yeah, it's just, bro, you've been on music, bro. Sometimes you wake up and like, this time passed by. I didn't realize.
No, facts.
Like, it's just, that's a great thing about it.
Sometimes you go in the studio and that shit takes 15 minutes. Sometimes it takes like 5 hours.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. It's same, but we're not allowed 15 minutes.
Would you say what's like what he pointed out earlier is like you went all this fucking time without certain shit. So now that you have some of these extra tools in your bag now, do you feel like now you're in your prime? Do you feel like you've been in your prime? You're like, where do you feel like you're at in your shit?
I feel like I got a better chance at the game.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Like, I know that there's just a lot more for me to give, especially the way I'm thinking now. The way I'm thinking now is very clear. It's very good. I've minimized every distraction I can. My life is now a good, solid, disciplined normal, or like a high, which is like the events we go to, like where I saw you, right? Like a boxing fight, like, you're dressed up, you're doing all this, you know. And even now, it's like I do the best to like take my family out there, so I don't even distract myself either, because it's just like I don't really have too many good men that are gonna like go in there and like say, hey, bro, no.
Yeah.
If anything, like my homies, they're just like,
let's go.
Hey, vamos, perro. Like, dog, no, there's nothing. Then I gotta be the voice of reason, you know. And then, like this last trip, we just went to San Diego. I had to be the voice of reason, and the whole time I came back and I was driving. I'm like, pat yourself in your back, bro. Like, you know, call me whatever, but like God, like you're training me. You're training me well. You're training me well.
Sometimes it has to be like that.
This is it.
Sometimes it just has to be like that.
And
like you have
like,
to like.
I want to be in the world, but not part of the world. You know. And it's like that's what I'm aiming for. That's
usually our balance. He's the one not drinking. I'm the one has to drink.
You see.
And so we like.
Yin and yang.
Yeah. But at the fight, he's the one drinking. I wasn't drinking.
I was attempting to, yeah, a little bit.
He was attempting to drink, but I was like, no.
I don't get fucked up though. I don't ever drink to get drunk. I don't like that shit. This fool turned into the fucking Hulk, is what our family is saying and shit. We're gonna turn into the Hulk tonight, Mike?
No. No.
I used to call those people Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Or
Dr. Jekyll,
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, like you're just two different people. Like you're cool, and then I look at your eyes, I go, oh, he's not there. I'm dealing with another person.
He's not fucking there.
There's another person in here that I gotta try my best to guide, just to like get us somewhere to safety.
I get crazy, but I'm more of like, let's have fun.
Yeah.
I don't really.
But it's always a let's have fun till you're crazy though.
Yeah, it is.
You're always having fun.
It depends if you don't give me that shot. Like that one, don't. If it's that one, don't give me that one. Yeah. And then because
I said too much of everything is bad.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
Balance.
And so right now, as you're speaking, your mindset of right now, how everything, all the pieces are coming together, it makes me excited because right now there's a lot of shit going on. You know, you have Topuria moving up to 55.
Yeah.
Max Holloway's up at 55. We have Volk and Lopez fighting for the vacant 145 bout.
Yeah.
So are you staying at 145 or do you
I'm
plan?
Staying there.
You staying there? Cause it's open now, right?
It's open.
It's open. So how do you see that fight going?
Shuffled the cards.
And
big time.
Yeah.
And now that there's a whole new deck, it's like,
crazy,
hey, I guess it's time to play again. Hold up, I don't have to leave.
No.
The only reason I was leaving because I was just where I'm stuck at a stalemate.
Yeah.
Like you're not fighting for the title, but you need to fight. But like it was just but we don't want you to fight against these guys. So I was like, hold up. So you're saying for the first time in my life, I'm not having surgery. I'm ready. Like I'm in love with this.
Yeah.
And you guys have nothing for me. I'm begging you guys, please. I've never heard of that one. It's usually like the opposite. I'm kind of running away from you guys. Here we go, another damn fight. I wonder how jammed up I'm gonna be after this one. And finally I was good. And then they're like, well, you feeling so good? Like go up a weight class. I was like, I'm down. That's how much I want to do it. Like for real. And they gave me names to fight, and they gave me a name that again is just scary.
Can you say the names?
No.
No, don't.
It's not, I said the name at 55, and it was scary, and then they loved the idea.
There's a lot of names.
And then they made the phone calls, and it became a reality. So it was about to happen. Then they called. They said no on their part. I know it's not lack of fear because the man's fought everyone. So it was just like, I don't know what it is, but I respect it. You know, you got your own mission.
Whatever.
And then it lined up again, and then it didn't. And then it was supposedly gonna line up again, and that's when they called me when I was getting I'm getting ready for this fight.
Yeah.
And then it just didn't happen.
There's 3 names that come to mind and
I'll deny every single one of them.
That's right.
I like it. But there's when you say he fights everyone, I'm like, oh, there's 3 names at 55. Like that sound.
Yeah.
Would have been very interesting.
It's a beautiful.
But 45 is open now, and then we have. So you have Volk and you have Lopez.
You have Volk, you have Lopez.
How do you see that going?
I'll tell you what, I kind of dismissed Diego's abilities on the last one.
Yeah.
So another lesson learned there. So
was he strong? Was he stronger than expected?
No, he just
more tricky. Or?
I got clipped 30 seconds in.
Yeah.
And the rest, I couldn't get the rest done. I was there, but I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And if I don't know if you've seen the clip, I'm sure you did, but it's like one put me to sleep and one woke me up.
Yeah.
It was true. When he cracked me with that overhand right, my eyes rolled back. I was out. I literally was like, I went in like double jab, and all of a sudden I'm looking up, and I'm like, oh. And it took like a millisecond to understand, like, oh, you're, it's, like the light bar on the thing, like you're a couple hits from being done. And I survived and rebuild that bar, and that bar just could never go up to 100, and he was at 100 the whole time.
Yeah.
And it just 3 rounds happens like this. I typically fight 5 rounds, where it's like
you can kind of maybe get it back at like
got
round
that Rocky,
4. Yeah.
That Rocky type mentality, where it's like 4th and 5th, I come up and it's like, let's go. Gotta love the underdog mentality.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one was over too soon. So it's like, that's why actually it's a good fight, because I lost to both of them, and I'm very excited to go redo it again.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I want to give it another shot.
Who do you think wins out of the two of them?
I believe that this one is one in which I cannot place judgment. Let me tell you why. Before you think I'm being nice to both sides. Because I would say like Volkanovski usually. Like Volk can move and he can, if fights him on the outside, he's very smart, very intelligent, and all that. So if it comes to like decision and like just technique dominance, I got Volk. Diego's a dog. He also has his technique, but it's a bit rougher on the edges.
And he's a little more awkward.
Awkward is something that you can't really train for.
No.
Your partners can't throw or fight like he does.
Yeah.
The other question is Diego's conditioning. He usually fades out within the 2nd round and kind of cruises through the 3rd to win the decision. I have no idea if that's on purpose or because he loses cardio. Either or, he's been in some pretty risky situations in the 3rd round where even if that was the game plan, it's going bad. Because like you're getting hit. But then he might shock the world and have cardio this time. And then Volk on the other side, he's been banged up lately where he has been knocked unconscious.
That's a whole last thing in itself.
Yeah.
So who knows? Because when I hit him, it was there. He was good. But now that broke, you wonder how much of that percentage did you maintain, or did you keep, or were you able to save?
And especially how quick the second fight was.
So that's why I said this one I have no idea. Because Diego, if he lands on you, I believe it will put him out.
Yeah.
If Volkanovski just does him and in and out and kick and range and tease him and poke the bear and guide him and just like, then he has a great night. So this one is legitimately a hard one. And I don't think some people are understanding that.
Yeah.
Because of where we are now and where the cards lie now and who they are in their career and their time in their life. It's like there's a whole lot of things that people don't see.
No, it's a lot, because now if say Lopez wins, it's like a whole new era. A whole new era at 145. Yeah, Diego Lopez, he's a champion at 145. It's a whole new era. Yes. If Volk wins, then it's kind of like, okay,
he's got some things to learn.
Yeah. So he and then now he's able to make calls out. He's back at champion. He's back at number 1. He's able to pick and choose his fights now, like move around and do what he needs to do. Or I want this fight again. But if Diego Lopez wins, it's a whole new ballgame. He's just gonna have to go through the lines. He's gonna get whoever they give him, and it's just a whole new era. Opens the door for that rematch of you, because it came out to the decision, and you might have felt different, but it was a good fight. But you thinking, he clipped me with that one. Now if I'm able to protect that, how does the fight go?
Yeah.
So it was like, so it opens for that. Like there's just a whole. If Diego Lopez wins, it's just a whole new world at 145, because everybody pretty much left. You still got you still got Volk, you still got a couple guys in there.
Mosbar's coming up.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's just
defeated.
Yeah, it's just man, it's interesting.
It's a good town to be in there. It's a good town to be in there.
And then 155, that's just a crazy division now.
And then now I got 2 killers added to it.
That's just
it's I love UFC.
Especially after the Gaethje's win too. It just he moves him back up there, so now he's back in play, and it's just like
Oliveira, him, and Islam, and now Tuporia. Like there's a lot of movement up there as well. Max,
and then
Max knocking out Gaethje at 55. Just
crazy,
bro. This sport is insane, bro. That was
crazy. Were you there?
No, but I was watching it on TV.
Yeah, me too.
Like, bro, what?
Insane.
It was insane.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
That's what makes UFC
what it
UFC.
Is. Yeah.
When you have
at any given day,
it doesn't matter.
You could be the best guy, and there's nobody, or you consider a nobody, just goes in there and just cleans up house, and you're like, what?
Boom.
Like, wait, what? Those are great moments.
I wanted to get your take on Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. To me that's like an interesting fight because they both like to stand, but they both are wrestlers. Like so.
Yeah.
So, and then I just like Chandler waiting for Conor for so long, and then now he's kind of like building back up. So it's like it's an interesting fight because it's kind of the same where. To me, it's kind of the same as like a fight with I just went blank.
Oliveira, who do you fight?
Lopez and you have Lopez and Volk, and then you have Chandler and Pimblett.
Yeah.
See, it's kind of the same situation. Like if Pimblett wins, it
could be the change of the guard.
It's change of the guard, and then Pimblett. But so what are your thoughts, or how do you see that going?
I mean, you did a pretty good job at describing it.
I want to
like for real. Yeah. No, that is.
Yeah.
That's why it's a big fight, right? Because now you're starting to see, us fighters who were once like on top of the mountain, like go to war with the guys climbing it.
Yeah.
Because we were fighting each other amongst there, and then you guys and the fans, right? When I say you guys, you're just like, damn, this is dope.
Yeah.
But now, like the whole time we're over here,
fools are climbing.
We forgot about this, or at least I did.
Yeah.
And then these guys come up and they're like, hey, we're all like 10 deep up here, we're ready to go, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
and they're all fresh.
And I felt stupid because I was like, who are you? Like, I don't, and it wasn't like disrespectful. Who are you? It was just like. Bro, like
I'm over here. Who the fuck are you?
I just no disrespect, but bro, like I'm here.
Yeah.
And it's just my hands are busy here with these guys. Facts. Are beasts too.
Yeah.
I don't have time to. Damn,
it's like, a lot.
Okay, overtime it is. Let's go.
Yeah.
And these guys look at Lopez, bro. These guys they make the best and they take advantage of the shot, and they do it.
Yeah.
And. Paddy's one of those guys. He's been winning. He's been doing his.
And he's another guy that gets underestimated a lot because
of
his hair, his nickname, and
his antics and everything.
Yeah.
This is a good one. I like Chandler. Chandler's a cool guy. I believe Chandler's a specimen of a human if you really like study him.
Yeah.
And I sometimes get. I get on the coaching side of it, and I'm just like. If you would just stop banging with these guys, I don't know what you're trying to prove.
Yeah.
But like, use your wrestling and slam him because his wrestling is amazing. So it's like, bro, we know you can take a hit. You know you can hit him. So it's like, just get in there and brawl it out, and then take these guys down. And then I don't know how good your submission game is, but your punching game is good.
Yeah.
Just ground and pound and just.
Channel your inner.
And even if they get up,
Tito
like
Ortiz,
even if they get up, like just keep the same style.
Yeah, but
it's just a little bit more intelligent.
He likes to just.
He goes for it.
Yeah,
he goes for it. He's a fighter. That's why I respect it because he dies on his shield. There's very few people who are willing to die on their shield. Yeah. Right? You hear about it, you talk about it, but it's like very few are like the only option here is like I'm knocked out or you're knocked out, or you're done or I'm done. And for that, there's like my respect level goes for these guys. Then Paddy's, he's killing it.
Yeah.
I actually got to meet him. My son was a big fan of him.
That's tight.
Was he out of camp? Was he all like big? Or it wasn't? Because like that's his like.
He was out of camp. We were backstage. We're at the.
He wasn't too blown up.
Food lounge. Yeah, he was kind of sweated up, whatever. So I had no idea.
Yeah.
Usually you could tell by the face.
Cheeks, yeah.
He looked normal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was just looking at him like, damn, like 55. Like, okay. That's kind of like when I see these guys, the ideas of like,
maybe.
Oh, they're as big as I am. Like, okay, cool. I thought in my head, I thought the same thing. Like, they're probably bigger.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, hold up, like, shit.
Not that much.
Fuck am I cutting so much?
Yeah.
Suffer less.
You ever think about it, or?
Yeah, bro, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's just it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of who it happens with. That's what I care about.
Okay.
I want to really go out there and has to be a war.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has to be a war.
Do you have a general idea of when?
I'm trying to aim for July. Yeah. July, August.
Keep it local, G, so we can go.
Bro. It's not my choice. Yeah.
Just going to Saudi Arabia.
Bro, that place was crazy.
Tell me a crazy Saudi story.
I only have one. Just when I fought over Abu Dhabi, where I fought over there, I went against Korean Zombie. We were in a bubble. COVID era. UFC came back up. And it's just a whole bunch of things. You're basically on the edge of something on an island where there's like beach and 6 hotels. And there's like almost like a border. And it just has a bunch of guys with guns in it. And you're just there. And it's like, you're allowed to walk out. But it's like, if you walk out, you can't walk in. The second you step out, you have to be out there. And you have to wait. Like, you have to get a test 2 weeks. And then to get back in.
Ooh.
So if you're in the bubble, you're in the bubble. You can't leave.
Yeah.
That's
for us, we had to get we had to fly. We had to get tested just to get our flight to Vegas. Get tested in Vegas, quarantine in the hotel, stay there. Once we passed that, straight to another private flight, like a big plane that just Dana had to just for fighters. And then we all go all the way over there to the bubble, and we land
2 weeks
in private, right? Like you do whatever you have to do to check in, right? Through with your passport, I forgot what it's called. Customs, yeah. And then you go through that straight to your hotel. You quarantine there for a couple of days as well. If they catch you outside of your hotel, they kick you out.
Oh, fuck.
And me being me, I was outside the hotel having fun. I was just like sneaking through this, doing that, trying to see what I can get in trouble. I got locked in the elevator, like trying to do some just sneaky shit out there. And then it was just like, I'm claustrophobic, so I had a panic attack in there.
Oh.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And then there'd been a great fight. I fought there. There was no crowd there. It was silent, quiet.
Hearing everything.
I'm fighting at 4:30 in the morning.
That's weird.
And after a fight, you're used to usually seeing like the club scene or something. Someone's paying you to go out there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No.
Bro, you're having breakfast. The sun is coming up. You're in the bus. You're seeing like the sunrise. You're like, wow, this is dope. You have every feeling of like staying up and maybe like want to go out or whatever it is. You just can't sleep. You're riding this high.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there like, just like be casual. Yeah, eat pancakes, eggs, sauce. You're just like, what the fuck? I was like, this is a trip.
That's crazy.
And like, and the whole week was crazy. Like, there's people saying, oh, you can't get to my floor. I bet you. What I was like, bro, like I was pretty. I feel like yeah, let me loose and I figure shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know how to have fun.
The bubble story.
Yeah.
But I ended up playing basketball too with like the people, like the people there, the workers, because the workers stay in the hotel.
Everyone's in the bubble too.
And they have to stay there too. So we'll see everyone at night. So once you like get out of quarantine, you see everyone just kind of like living their life out there. So it was like nighttime and they had a full basketball court. We ran a full game with them and it was just like, But that's kind of like, I guess, a crazy story there. But
where's your favorite place to fight? Or favorite arena?
I loved Mexico City. Mexico City was dope.
Where'd you fight in that at?
I have no idea. Whatever. Arena Mexico, I think, yeah.
Did you go see the pyramids?
Yeah. They're beautiful. You can't climb up them anymore, though.
No, I know. When I went a couple of years ago, I was devastated. Yeah, someone recently climbed it.
They got in trouble?
For sure he got in trouble.
Oh, okay. I thought about it, but I had my family with me.
You try to sneak up there too?
It's just like, what are you gonna do? You see the security they have there? It's just like, it's like almost like a mall security, even less than that. They don't even have anything on them.
No,
So
just
you're
chilling.
like, bro. And in my head, I'm like, I can outrun you, bro. Like, we're gonna run to the top. You're gonna tell me stop. Like, I'm up there. Like, I'm
He
gonna
literally ran up and ran in.
You could run in.
Yeah, he ran in. Yeah. This was in the effort. It was in the because it's the
El Sol o de Luna.
Oh, the sun. Yeah, he went into the pyramid of the sun.
Oh, I didn't even know there was an entrance.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
the Castillo. Yep.
Yeah, I remember when I was there a long time ago. I got to like go up there and take some photos.
That's
and everything.
fire.
And then after, when I came back with my family after this fight,
that was it.
They're like, no, and I'm like, and in my I had no idea that was a thing. So I had this whole like,
no, you had a whole journey planned out.
We're gonna be up there and we're gonna have a family.
You had a photo op.
And bro, like the fact that didn't happen, I was
Pressed.
I was bitter.
No, I completely understand. Because when I went, it was the same shit, and I was like, oh, I could yell at the pyramid for the echo bullshit, but that's about it. Like, lame.
It still ended up being fun though, man. My boy got caught in a little sand tornado and it just
that's tight.
He just got scared, and then even my parents, everyone was like, dude, that was such a dope time.
Yeah.
Fighting brings us together, and just share beautiful moments with people that you just have no idea were gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it's like a dope thing to do through fighting, you know, like everyone gets together for technically me, but like at the after part, like seeing them chill and talk and like, they wouldn't, if that occasion didn't exist, they wouldn't, they would never how life happens. You don't see each other. Fighting brings like the family together and friends and other people.
That's tight.
That's dope.
You want to talk about having the Lord more in your life? Because I know that's a thing.
What do you want to know about it?
Whatever you want to share.
It's a hard walk, man. It's a hard walk. I thought I was disciplined with fighting and everything, but
that's some other shit.
There's a saying that you pick up your cross every day, right? And that's a thing, man. What I'm realizing now, it doesn't make me any better or less than what I used to be. I used to think like, oh, you're holy, and then like, and I used to make fun of like my family, my sister,
you're
everything.
A dick.
I was a dick, fuck yeah, like hell yeah, bro. Cause bro, like my sister grew up the same way we did, and it was like, like when you're in that environment, you have different thoughts.
No, absolutely.
So when you switch up real quick, you're like,
look at you over there.
Yeah. Like, let's check you out. Like
all of a sudden,
you got all these bad things to say, and then all of a sudden, like, tell you what, I paid. Like you reap what you sow. I think I've always reaped what I sow, and I do a bunch of bad things, and somehow it comes back to me. And then I'm like, all right, just dust it off. Like it's just like a heartbreak or a situation, dust it off. Let's keep going again. And then I would run from it, right? Distract myself or numb myself, right? Like through whatever. And that's what it was. It was just like look for adrenaline, like escapes.
Yeah.
Escape, distract, or numb. That's the only way I would deal with whatever it was. And it was just like, but eventually like that load got a little too heavy on me. And then giving this game, right, the UFC game and this and that and the pressure and my kids and how I'm living life, it's
a lot.
It got a lot for me to juggle. And then it crushed me. And then I had to sit there and I had a bunch of surgeries that same year. So my only escape was, training, and now it's not. Distracting, like I can't get distracted because I'm just too heartbroken. And then numbing, I tried that, like I took a bunch of pills like at that time, and I was just drinking a bunch of like the Michelada, the piña one. I get 3 of them and down like 2-3 Norcos and just be in my room just chilling. Like
this was just fucking really warm and cozy for a while.
I was Netflix and like DoorDash. It was it. Well, I was doing it for a little bit. And I'd like pop out and take a drive and like, okay, I got out. All right, let's go back.
Sick ass fool.
So it sucked, right? And it was one of those things I found myself where, like I told you earlier, when you hit like that heartbreak where you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like my fighting career sucks, right? I just lost CIA in my shoulder, had 4 surgeries in a row, like all these bad things, like I let go of some personal people in my life, and it was just like, it was a lot. And the whole business side, everything. It was just, damn, it sucks. So I finally got to know myself by being alone with myself for that long. And And yeah, I got introduced to the Lord, and then I did this thing called the conference, and everything they spoke, it just hit. It was that's exactly what I was going through, word for word.
When it hit, it hit.
I felt I felt it finally, and then finally when all that happened, that end of the weekend I got baptized, and I said that's it. It was just like something was just like that's it. I felt peace finally, and my life is in one way or another. It's always been war, never peace. So when I got peace, it was just it felt good. I was in that church and I didn't want to leave. It was like 1 a.m. Like, we gotta go. And I was like, all right, later. Drive home. I'm like, just like, can't wait for tomorrow. Like, this is a 3-day conference and they got church on Sunday. So it was like 4 days. Like, let's go. And I never thought I'd feel that way about church. I was always making fun of it. I was always talking down on it. And eventually when that happened, it was another way of humbling myself and getting humbled by the Lord. And then now it's just everything's come better, bro. Like I lost my family and I got them back.
Fire shit.
I got my wife. I got my kids. I actually know my kids. Like I see them every day. I'm not out there like doing dumb shit in the street or party, whatever it was, right? It was always just a mix of distractions. I live a very boring life now and I love it. It's like I wake up, I hit my road work or whatever I got to do. Then I have breakfast. I see my kids. Hey, what's up? How you doing? What's good with you? Hey, this and that. What you got going on? You driving on? Hey, what's up, baby? Like, you good? Everything good? You sleep well? Cool. All right, cool. I'm going to go train. See you guys later. Come back. Hey, I'm going to take a nap. You already know what's up. Everyone be quiet. 30 minutes. Like, I just need 30 minutes. Go do whatever it is, but just do it upstairs or do it somewhere. But I got to, like, just leave me alone. 30 minutes. Like, I'm in my room by myself, just napping. Alarm comes off. Boom, like I shoot the signal, like it's cool, we're good. Like let's do it.
Yeah.
And then we just live life. I stay there for another hour or 2 hours. I look at the time, pack up my whatever I gotta pack up, clothes, this and that, hit the gym, come back at night, dinner, hang out with them, and depending on the days we have like our little schedules, but that's it. That's just the norm.
That's love.
And then the other side is like then we go to the fights. And even then, like you see me, I took them with me. I'm like, hey, you guys are chilling with me, and these kids are dope. Like they can be amongst everyone and not, I've seen situations where people bring their kids and people are like, damn, these guys' kids, like it just it kind of brings this sort of embarrassment or something to it.
The kids are chilling.
And the kids are chilling, bro. Like they can talk to you like I talk to you. If anything, like one of my eldest, like he'll probably know a lot more than both of us. Like, he's just very educated.
That's dope.
He knows like about what's going on and their current things and that have to do with the world or like even like or TikTok, like just you name the subject and he's on it. He's on it. And then and they're full-time athletes as well. They play soccer and they're killing it right now. And like I'm chilling.
There's nothing more better than that,
like,
right?
I'm chilling. Now I just gotta fight. I just gotta make sure I don't get in my own way now.
Yeah.
And like and drop this ball. Which is why I'm every day like just don't go back.
Stay fucking locked.
Don't go back. Yeah. Don't go back. Like I said, every day you pick up the cross.
Yeah.
But it's a trip, man. You start learning some things and you start failing at some things and you're like, all right, I see the lesson here. But then it becomes like anything else. You're like, are you lazy because you don't want to do it now? Or you being rebellious? Or like what's going on? And then you're just like, yep, I'm letting the word again. Like, let's go. And it's just, life is good finally.
I feel it.
Yeah. I don't have complaints.
That's what's up.
Top 5 MMA fighters all time?
Anderson is one. John Jones, another. GSP, 3 right off the bat.
Fire.
And then the other 2, they're Khabib. I love his ways and how like strict he is.
He's super locked in.
Yeah, he's just locked in. And can't think of the last one.
Who do you like today?
I like Chamba. Yeah.
Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
That's a bad dude.
Yeah.
I like his like his get down the way he gets in there.
When I first saw him appear on the scene and all the stuff with Adesanya or whatever. I was like, oh, that's cool. I thought it was just like a cool build up, like they brought someone from his past, see if they could him up, whatever.
Yeah.
They went back and forth. I did not expect that human being that they first presented to be who we see now. I didn't. And that fool just lost too. So that shit was crazy as.
And he didn't get it. That was questionable.
That nah.
We're going today right now. What's up?
Look, you want to know what? I always say, just because someone performed better against somebody that should have swept them under the rug doesn't mean they won. But I think that fool did not win that fight.
He did amazing things on that side. Like, don't get me wrong. Everything he did was calculated, down to the striking, to the cage control time, and all that. If I could just... It has to be. They have to run it again.
No, they have to.
There's a simple change in there, and if that change happens, then you can kind of fully see the real battle.
No, for sure.
That could take place, and then I'll be like, okay, he's like.
So I don't know how true. I don't know how true this is, but I just seen a post that saying that Joe Rogan was saying that Pereira had a broken hand and going into that fight, and he had norovirus or something. Norovirus. So he was sick and he had a broken hand going into that fight.
That's a lot. That could explain a lot.
Because he wasn't throwing it.
Explains the whole thing.
Yeah, because he wasn't.
He wasn't letting go.
If it was his left hand, he wasn't throwing his jab like he normally was. He wasn't. Yeah. Because that's how he gauges his distance.
All he did was the kick, fool. That's all he. That was disappointing.
That kick is
deadly.
It was vicious. That's a deadly ass calf kick.
It was vicious, but yeah.
Pay attention to it. My opinion was.
I think he won 1, 3, and 5. That's my opinion. Alex Pereira won 1, 3, and 5.
Yeah. Kinda.
That's from me watching what I remember 1, 3, and 5. So
I don't know if he could hit the way he hits his moves based off the angles on a southpaw.
That makes sense.
If I didn't know about the norovirus and all that, I'm just watching two regular guys and now I'm just assuming they're both healthy.
Yeah.
To me, it looked like if on a stance that you guys fit in like puzzle pieces, he knows how to throw that left.
Yeah.
But when the puzzle piece shifts this way,
it's a little different.
It's different because he's used to short hooks.
Yeah.
Facts.
His jab is good, but so is the other guy.
Yeah.
Depending on where your feet are land. Your left hook or your shovel hook is the one that gets everyone in this angle.
Yeah.
But when the angle's this way now, it's like he was missing a lot of those shots. And then when he goes over the top, because homeboy was so long, it was just missing. He needed the guy to be a little bit in. So I just started being a nerd and kind of breaking all that down. And I was like, I wonder if that's the thing here. Like, and I just kept diving into just that topic and seeing every time it happened. I was like, whoa, maybe. But who knows?
But Pereira's takedown defense in that fight was
he's
because that was always the question, right? Like when he fought Jan, like Jan took him down a little bit. When Izzy had took him down once and kind of controlled him in one of the rounds. So I was always thinking like when
his ground game was questionable.
Yeah, so like when he goes against a real wrestler, like
how's he gonna do?
And
he goes against one of the realest wrestlers.
And took him down twice. In that whole fight,
even go to the ground.
I don't even think it stood down for that.
No, he popped up right away, but I think officially 2 takedowns only out of like 12 attempts, or 14 attempts. It's something crazy.
He was against the fence for a while though.
That technically is called cage control.
Yeah, it is
control time, and that's a good thing if your back is not against the cage.
Yeah,
So that's why I feel like he spent a little too much time there, where it was like, hey man, like.
Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, like come on, bro.
But then
because of norovirus, then it makes sense where he's not gonna get out and like
you're feeling weak. You're
just like,
and then holding that weight against you, that's like, and then trying to use that energy to get out of that's a lot of energy. So if you have that sickness, it explains why he wasn't getting no underhooks and trying to get out or anything like that because you're fucking exhausted.
That's why Dana White said it, man. There's gonna be a second one.
Yeah, that has
to be.
Yeah, there's for sure.
Yeah, Pereira, like he deserves. He's fucking. He's
been saving the damn company so long, bro. Like
That's the man right there.
I know.
Yeah, that's the man.
Spun it around.
Yeah.
I want to see it first.
Yeah, that's the man.
I see it right there, but I'm like, I can't really see like this.
No,
I usually don't even have that shit up. We just did some other shit right
no,
now.
because he was hiding earlier today. I came in and I'm like, hey, fool, like, you can't be hiding Kobe. Like, it's like he was behind the black box. I had to move him over. Like, you can't hide that guy. Like,
nah, even if you try to, you can't.
No.
His name is everywhere.
John Jones versus Mr. Aspinall. If that actually happens, thoughts, predictions?
I don't think it's gonna happen at all.
What if Jones versus Pereira ever happens?
I'll be heartbroken. I like both of them.
Who would you root for?
None.
Who would you bet
when
on?
I like both people, like
you just watch.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, whatever. How do you say it?
Legitimately?
Whatever. Tongue twister. But I don't get involved in it at all. Not even emotionally, bro.
Yeah.
Like I like the two guys that I really like. My heart's kind of invested in them.
Said I don't get involved. G.
Bro, they fought at a local promotion, and I was just like, I'm bummed no matter what.
Yeah,
even if we're like, it's just like, all right, guess you guys got to do it. Like, do what you got to do, but don't count me to cheer for anyone. Like, it's just, I'm out of that one. That one's another one I'm out of, where it's like, hey, like both of you guys are, like I got a lot of respect for both of you, and you guys have accomplished things that I can only dream of. And like, who am I to even place judgment in that? That's how I feel.
I feel it. Is John Jones the greatest of all time?
He's the greatest of all time.
I believe so, bro.
He's the GOAT.
Like,
I think he is.
You take away the personal life, and you only
it's
focus.
Not even that bad. That fool just catches a DUI here and there.
Bro, you got to realize this. When I came inside the UFC, that's kind of when I had a little more respect for like the way I grew up and the people that I surrounded myself in. We're like, yo, we're fucking tough.
Yeah.
Like these things that these people kind of like about. You're
like
that's the norm. Like not even that. That's just like.
Because that's what it is.
It's just whatever.
My boy likes to get a little faded.
Yeah. And he does. And he just like my uncle, in the process.
Yeah.
Like
all our uncles.
Who has it?
All our uncles. Like that's
what it is.
Yeah.
So you're like, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
But then
some of us.
It's easy to judge, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something that's a little out there, but one of my homies told me, he goes, you can be an architect and build 100 bridges. And this is out there, right? So but this is a lesson that stuck with me. He goes, you can be an architect and build 100 bridges. He goes, and suck a dick once. He goes, you're not known as an architect.
Yeah.
You're known as a
yeah.
And like that stuck with me, bro. And I was like,
I've heard it phrased a little differently.
But
same shit.
The homie Alex taught me that lesson. I was like,
I was expecting something deep.
No, like, bro, I mean, that is deep if you think about it. Right? Like they have the Albert Einstein. They have the Albert Einstein did the same thing, right? Where he did a whole thing. A whole class and got one mathematic problem, and his whole thing was like, listen, all you guys focus on correcting me because I made a mistake, then you put so much like, ooh, you're wrong, that you didn't realize that
everything
the whole thing was right. Yeah. So it's kind of like that I don't know why we're like that. We're like that.
Yeah.
It's ego pride thing.
You could try to teach it, whatever, but I'd be lying if I said I don't do the same thing. I'm on the freeway looking at the car crash too, just not as long.
Yeah,
but I'm still looking.
Yeah, I'm the one that's driving by like, hey, why are these fools waiting so long? Like, hurry the fuck up! It's just a car crash. And take a little peek and you keep going. But you see,
we're so metiches, man. Yeah. Gotta learn how to mind my own business.
What else do you have for this wonderful gentleman? We kept him here long enough so that way he doesn't have to drive home in traffic.
I appreciate that. But my playlist was good, bro.
Yeah. No, I told this fool, like, I hope you're coming in a Tesla so you can play on the phone. I didn't know you were coming from fool. That was a nasty drive.
I clicked it last night. It said an hour.
What time did you leave? At 2:30?
2:30.
Yeah, it's peak.
I would have been pissed.
No, technically, like leave like 3.
Oh. Yeah. That makes sense. Because when I'm at Shaka is nowhere near you. It's off of San Pedro, but not the city, fool. It's in downtown.
In LA, right?
No, it's in downtown. Yeah. So me leaving Shaka at 3 p.m., I'm instantly already like,
I'll find something to do.
Nah, it's like an hour and a half, but
okay.
Yeah.
Bro, but I travel so much like this last week and everything.
No, you've been putting in some miles.
That it just like it
ground
doesn't
miles.
even phase me, bro. Like it doesn't phase me. Like
I
went to the Bay Area. I trained, got whooped. Like my legs, bro. I got beat up every day over there. These guys are on another level with Muay Thai. Driving back, I tell my brother, I'm like, hey, thank you for hanging in with me this week. We're gonna do the Big Steer drive. It's a beautiful drive.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, you did it.
I try to do it. We start going in it. We're like kind of deep in it.
Yeah.
Landslide.
Oh,
damn. The whole thing's closed. But it says like 45 miles ahead, like it's closed or whatever. But then I look at him and he looks at me. I'm like, let's find out for us. Like curiosity, right? Let's find out for ourselves. We got to the end. I go, well, it's true. And then I was like, hold up, let's get out the car. And then we started walking on. We walked a good little distance, and I'm like, I see houses there, so I'm like, can't block these people out their house.
How do we get around?
But it's like, can we get through? Like, the truck has four, like I can 4x4, like no problem. And I went, whatever, and I couldn't find a landslide. And then I was like, We went all the way back, and I was like, hey, so we got two choices. I go, we can remove these cones and put them back so, like, we don't influence people. But then we have to figure out the roll of dice. Who knows if we can make it or not. Or we just do the right thing and just turn around. And then he's like, I don't know, man. What about you? And then I was like, better two sons that are alive than like two that are dead, maybe. I go, let's just do the right thing. Yeah. I go, my mom would
be pressed.
Would bring me back to life to just whoop my ass. Like, so I was like, cool, let's just turn around. So we drove all the way back up. And then like all the way to Monterey, all the way back. And then
what's that, like an hour and a half?
But I was in the car for 12 hours on a 5-hour drive. Supposed to, no, 7.
6 hour drive.
7 hours. We're supposed to do that. It ended up being 12 hours. And I would just...
Because of the detour.
I had to go all the way back to 1. Then it hit late nighttime. And then I'm playing the high beam, low beam game. Like, it was just... It was a lot. Got home, showered. Or not even... I got home, I didn't even shower. I got home like at 3, 4 in the morning. Fell asleep, woke up, got things done that day. And then headed out to San Diego. And then we were over there. Drove there.
When you were explaining your schedule to me last week, I was like, damn.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of shit.
It's a lot. It's a lot of training, a lot of traveling, a lot of like moving.
The face he made when he said Monday, and I was like, yes, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, you just
I'm not going to be like, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Get some rest, champ. Fuck that.
Nah. But you know what, bro? That's how it's supposed to be. Like, I'm even grateful you invited me. Thank you.
No, it's love.
Because it's like... You move with, I like to move with purpose, right? I'm hoping that whatever I said here, whatever, something, somewhere, whatever, like there's a gold nugget there, and that's what it is. And on the other side, like that, like us getting to know each other on this level and like this, it's like, hey, bro, my coach taught me one thing. He said, you help enough people get what they want, they'll help you get what you want.
Facts.
And it was from a book. So now it's like, before I'm like, man, like, do I really want to drive? And it's the lazy mentality, right?
Of course.
You start getting comfort, and then where comfort lies, there's pleasure. And now you start having a more pleasurable life more pleasurable life than purpose. So now I'm just like, yo, yes. Like, let's go. Can I do something for you? Cool. And vice versa. Like, then let's do it. Let's go. It's on a Monday. Cool. I got my work in at the house earlier. Done. I was driving shadowboxing on the car over here. Good thing, like, they're kind of tinted, so you can't really see that I'm like a full weirdo, But and that's it. Tonight I'll drive back and I'll hit another workout, and then tomorrow I go see some other more people, and then Wednesday finally I can have like my schedule back.
Boom.
And then Sunday I leave to either Arizona or Mexico to train. And then I'm gone for another 2 weeks. So it's a lot of moving.
That's what's up, though.
What else you got for this wonderful dude?
Anything, man.
Just
you guys.
Any advice? So as soon as you get that call that you made the UFC, if you can pick up the phone and call yourself, like, you have any advice at that moment?
When I get a call.
So when you got the call, or when your manager, your trainer came and said, "Hey, you made it to the UFC," if you can right now, if you can pick up the phone and call yourself at that moment, what would you tell yourself? Like any advice?
None. I want to.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah.
But one thing about these long drives, you start thinking deep, bro.
Yeah. No.
So I'm kind of on one of those right now, right? Yeah. I realize in life, and as I'm watching everyone, we're all gonna go through it, and either you learn or you don't, and that's just the difference there, right? You either learn from it or you don't, and however the don't looks like, it's your choice. But if you learn from it, then like good job, mijo, keep going. Because like there's gonna be another, you're gonna eat shit again. But just like but like let's keep going, right? And that's why I love the Bible verses. The righteous man falls down 7 times but gets up 8. Which I believe is like there's nothing that I could tell myself that's gonna stop me from a heartbreak or a lesson to learn or to be learned.
Yeah.
So it's just I got nothing to say to me. Like, good luck, and I'll see you here in the same spot.
Yeah.
There's nothing I could tell you that's gonna change your mind or change the outcome. So like, just
I respect.
I just watch you go through it, and if I could, I'd be like, call me when you're down. That way we can just kill some time together. That's it.
No last second off the wall shit you want to ask him?
No.
I feel like you're getting excited.
I'm good. I don't got nothing for you.
Yeah.
This was great. I'm just happy you made it.
We're trying to
Traffic stops me from doing a lot of shit sometimes.
Trying to beat your 5-hour interview.
Fuck that. Damn. 5 hours is a long time.
When you have a good time, bro, it goes by fast.
Honestly,
I don't even know how long it's been since we've been here.
It's been a minute, but yeah, they usually don't go this long.
See?
No, yeah, this was a good one.
I try to have real conversations.
Yeah.
Man. I don't like just I try to keep
bullshit
it real with everyone. Yeah.
That's fire. Fuck it. Is there anything you want to leave the people with at home watching, my brother?
Well, I'll see you guys again here one day. Maybe the next fight when I do answer that call. Maybe we'll come out here and just talk about it.
I'll pull up on you. We'll go to your gym.
We'll go to you.
Easy call.
Yeah.
Sick ass, Brian.
See you guys again.
This fool pulled up, shot the shit, dropped some gems, kept it funky. His Instagram is at the beginning. If for some wild ass reason you don't know who the homie is, now you do. Follow him on Instagram. Make sure you guys check him out. Fighting real soon in the UFC. You already know my man Mike. Make sure you follow him. And for sure you know who I am, Buckaroo. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And we're out of here.
That's crazy.